Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire-Grimes. There is no shortage of Pinocchio adaptations. We had a dismal live-action remake earlier this year from Disney, and now Oscar-winning writer-director Guillermo del Toro adds his visual eye using stop-motion animation with Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. It's now streaming on Netflix and in theaters, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. Del Toro's adaptation of Carlo Collodi's famous work starts off with Geppetto, who's voiced by David Bradley, living in Italy with his son Carlo during World War I. Now, this backstory introduces us to the beautiful and tragic father-son story that sees Geppetto witness the accidental death of Carlo due to a war bomb. Now, a cricket named Sebastian J. Cricket, who's voiced by Ewan McGregor, sees Geppetto weeping, crying out over Carlo. And later on that evening, after having a few drinks, Geppetto carves a wooden marionette boy who comes to life thanks to some magic, and it's up to Sebastian to guide Pinocchio into his new life. The film also features the voices of Christoph Waltz, Tilda Swinton, Ron Perlman, Finn Wolfhard, and Cate Blanchett. Guillermo del Toro has stated in interviews that he has always resonated with the character Pinocchio after feeling like an outcast himself. He's one of the great visual storytellers of our time, and you can easily see how he has incorporated his own style into the world of Pinocchio, from the carnival scenes to the spirits of Wood Sprite and Death that look like characters that we've seen before in Pan's Labyrinth. Tilda Swinton is doing double duty here, voicing both spirits. The meticulous nature put into these characters is exquisite, to say the least. It's almost silly to say that Pinocchio actually looks like a wooden boy, but he's never looked this fully realized in other adaptations. The artists and the animators want you to visibly see that wooden grain and texture that Geppetto carved into him as he's held together by nails. The opening prologue, much like Pixar's Up, tells a full picture story with its emotional storytelling and really acts as a reminder of the power that animation can have over the viewer. Guillermo del Toro's approach is a darker one that I think audiences are expecting coming in. This isn't your Disney kid-friendly take. David Bradley takes a gruffer approach to Geppetto, deeply traumatized by Carlo's death. There are big identity issues that come into play here with these characters, and we see what Geppetto wants out of Pinocchio, calling him a burden and blaming him for not being Carlo. Again, far darker than you would expect. And it seems like Del Toro is making his version for the Geppettos and the other parental figures out there that are watching this over the kids, the Pinocchios watching this movie. Del Toro effectively creates this emotional connection between the viewer and the material that I didn't quite see with Nightmare Alley or The Shape of Water. He's not afraid to be violent and scary, but then strongly counters that with Pinocchio's zest for life and positivity, even in the really dark times. It's just a testament to his vision for making it feel like I was watching something new and fresh, despite all the other Pinocchio adaptations out there that have come before. The painstaking effort to bring this world to life is breathtaking in every frame, as the whimsical and elegant Alexandre Desplat score plays on top of it. It really is one of the best movies of the year and deserves the Oscar for Best Animated Film. I'm giving Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio 4.5 out of 5 ticket stubs. And if you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I got some other movie reviews, as well as my appearances on Twin Cities Live. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment on social or here on YouTube. What have been some of your favorite Guillermo del Toro movies? Leave me a comment, and then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. It's now streaming on Netflix, and you can see it in theaters. This is Paul's trip to the movies.